I'm getting ready to plumb up this gauge switch panel. I started off by cutting the sizes of hoses that I need. There's 2 8-inch, 2 2-inch, 4 1.5-inch, and 4 5.5-inch. You can see those all laid out here. And there's 6 T fittings. And if you look, these are all barb style sort of hose fittings. Usually there's you want to use some kind of a compression or a quick connect, but this style apparently works, so I'm gonna try it out. And I'm using some just some mobile air tool oil to lubricate all the fittings. So I'm setting up this spun aluminum tank that I got from the BC Fab kit. Now on the 66 C10, at least on the leaf spring version, there is this opening here, which is actually absolutely perfect for a tank. So right here, this was a little bit bent up. I fixed that, straightened it out. And now you can see that the tank is sitting in there, and the box sits right on top of the frame rail here, so you can see that barely clears. It'll be perfect fit. The drain is face down. I can spin it more yet. Anyways, there you go. Better. Drain is face down, and now these brackets will fit up in there. So all I have to do is drill the one top hole in this bracket here, and then add a tab down here to mount the bottom bracket. So it'll just be bolted up. Like I said, it'll work out perfect. I'm super happy that it fits in here easily, because usually that's a pain in the ass trying to fit a tank under here. So if you want something that'll fit perfect, it's that tank. So right here I'm working on a tank mount. You can see the aluminum bracket that came with the tank is drilled, the one bracket and the other bracket. On the other side, the hole is drilled in this cross member and bolted up. And now I made just a piece of probably 14 or 12 gauge. I made a little bracket here that bolts up into this hole and then gets welded onto that cross member there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this off so I can clean up all this rust and crap off of here so it'll weld good, and then I can bolt this onto the bracket and weld it up, and that'll be that. It'll be done. So here I have the compressor and the tank mounted with some tabs that I made that are welded onto the frame. And then there's a 3/8 street elbow here which holds on the check valve hose. This is a swiveling hose, so you can do a little bit different things with it. Now if I would have had this hose go straight in, the hose would have been up and it would have been like this, which would have been no good because I want the bed to sit as it would stock. So you see, you can't see any of that. None of that's gonna get in the way. So that's exactly why I did it like that. Now the relay here is about I guess 3/4 of the way wired up, and that's gonna mount right here, and then I'll clean up all this wiring and whatnot. So that's that setup. It works out good. You have the 2 air outlets. You could realistically probably get away with 1, but if you want the fastest valves possible with the setup, run 2 air lines up to your gauge cluster, and then the pressure sensor is right there. So I'm working on plumbing up this stage 1 air ride kit for the C10. It's got the manual paddle valves, or whatever you want to call them. Now with this air line here, I'm gonna have to have 4 runs of this air line, 2 that go to the tank. You can see the 2 fittings there, which are in the approximate same location from the distance of the cab. 1 going to this bag and 1 going to this bag. this bag here is the approximate same length as going to here. So yeah, I'm gonna cross here and go over to the bag. It's about the same length as the line that goes all the way up. And then this one here is about 2.5 or 3 feet shorter than that line. So the easiest way to do this is to actually run your first line. So this is my first line, and it's my reference line. Now I'm gonna take and cut the other 4 lines the exact same length, except the one will be shorter. And then I can zip tie them together and run one set of hoses down instead of having to lay under the car and run 4 different hoses. I'm also going to run a power wire to the compressor, which I will add into this bundle as well. So that's that. It's a good tip. Here's one of these manual paddle valves which I have installed in this GMC, and the exhaust port here is a little center port which is this size drill bit. It's about 80 thousandths, 90 thousandths maybe. I didn't measure yet, but anyway, it's freaking tiny. So as you can imagine, the release is super slow. So what I'm gonna do, you can actually drill it out to almost a 1/4 inch hole before it hits anything on this. So I just take this 234 drill bit, I'm gonna drill it out, and then I'll take some brake line, old brake line. I gotta clean this up. This is old brake line off this truck actually. Cut it to about 1.5 inches, and then with a 234 drill bit I can actually bevel this and push it in there and super glue it, and it'll be a nice tight fit to hook some rubber line to run outside the cab. So not only will the hole be bigger so that I can get faster airflow down, it'll also give me a spot to put a line to run outside the cab so you don't have to listen to or smell the air out of the airbags, because that stuff can stink, can get all musty and ugh. Yeah. Alright, we have one valve ported to a 1/4 inch and one valve at the stock 90 thousandths. Well, shit, that didn't make any difference.